What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Danny-O. Let's go. We're back at it again with episode number 32. If it's your first time here, we appreciate you for tuning in. If you do happen to have a good time, don't forget that like, share, and subscribe button. Helps us out tremendously. If you're returning, thank you for your love and continued support for helping us on our channel and community grow. On today's episode, we're going to be getting into cardboardia that happened this past weekend. Set champs. Man, I think it was 36 players. Great experience, great vibe, great store. Heavy hitters this weekend. It was crazy. Also going to be getting into set champs that are happening this weekend and some major events that are going to be coming up. I also want to say good luck to everyone getting those tickets. Hopefully you guys are able to get into Milwaukee. If not, Denver's right around the corner. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is the Lorcana Cookout.
We're back. I mean, I know we've been a little bit inconsistent with the weeks, but there's been a little time shift with a couple of us, and it's just been a little bit difficult to get us all together at the same time. But we're here right now. We're here to get you an episode. We will try to get you guys an episode at least once a week. The time might be a little bit flexing, but we'll get it for you guys. But I think it's important, even though it's been a while, for the podcast to talk about the CCQs and give our ideas on it. So yeah, we'll just talk about the information real quick. So they announced that they will be doing what they call CCQs, which is basically they're going to be supporting third-party events and supporting them with invites to a road to not worlds but continentals, or what's the other way you call them, nationals or whatever. They said they're going to be doing 24 invite spots for North America and 24 for EU. And they're still going to do their LCQs, but they're reducing their LCQ size because of these CCQs. So I forgot how much it was last year, but they're going to be only getting 8 invite spots for North America and 8 invite spots for EU for LCQs. So 8 times 32, because I think they're 32-man pods. That's how many tickets are going to go for LCQs. They already said that they're not excluding cash tournaments, so that gives leeway for CCS, Southside Gaming, hopefully PPG. You know, they were their past TO. I don't know if there's any bad blood there, and SCG. They did announce that like smaller TOs, even if depending on like how big their tournaments or what kind of pricing they're giving or how big they're trying to do their tournament, they will be giving some to those too. And they did say that they will be hitting regions or areas that were not first included with DLC. So if you guys know everyone in NA is complaining because West Coast, or I guess mainly all West Coast people are complaining because there's nothing in West Coast. So they did already say like they're going to be focusing on that more. So more than likely we will get some kind of CCQ in somewhere the West Coast. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. I think it's better, but I mean, obviously I would have preferred for there to just be more DLCs. And I just want to say a reminder, I forgot where they said it, but they basically said that this season 2 is going to be, season 3 is supposedly what they said is more going to align with what people are expecting, more DLCs. Maybe that's where they include like another step instead of DLCs. Maybe they'll do like another kind of like CCQs, but more like Ravensburger related. But they supposedly said that the OP in season 3 is going to be better. I know it's a long wait. We just started season 2. But yeah, they also said that season 3 is going to start a little bit sooner than season 2. So there will be like overlapping maybe after, maybe like when this DLC season ends and Continentals and Worlds are going on, maybe they'll start the new season for season 3. But who knows how they're going to handle that, right? They did say season 3 was going to start in 2026 as well. Or in 2026 as well. So it seems like there will be some overlap between season 2 and season 3. So what do you guys think about it?
I think it's cool. I was hoping for more events, but still a good step in the direction that we're going. We haven't had a lot of events recently, especially the sponsored events or DLC rather events. So it is nice that they're going to possibly like get involved with these outside Ravensburger events, like affiliates. So I think that's unique. I think it's sort of a band-aid to cover up their shortcomings in the DLC schedule, which is fine. It's okay to admit that they didn't prepare well enough. I'm looking forward to getting back and competing. I've kind of fallen off of playing very much only because it's been so boring to not play for really anything except for like local tournaments and stuff. And those are okay, but like with no DLCs, it was pretty rough and kind of hard to stay motivated. So now that they're back, I'm hoping to get into these DLCs and start playing again.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to like pretty much any type of competitive Lorcana with good pricing. The fact that they opened it up now to include third party organizers, definitely a step in the right direction. It's really cool to see them always kind of listening to the community, trying to find ways to keep us involved and wanting to participate more and more with the game. There's definitely, I think the issue really is just like there's so much like there's so much demand, but we just don't see that demand being met at least as much as we did last season, right? But at least this is definitely a step in the right direction. It gives opportunities for lots of other like like people to step up and hopefully like fulfill that gap that we need in different parts of the country. We're here in the West Coast. We have a lot of good players here, and we do put on like some pretty big events. Like they'll probably hit close to 100 players at times, and I can imagine like at least a 100 to 200 player tournament potentially being met, if especially if you have the CCQ, and that invite on the line. That's huge. Like that's gonna get people from all over the country to want to come. But definitely hopefully fulfills like the demand locally here in the West Coast, but also like in outside the West Coast. Like everyone who didn't get something near them, they have options now, like in Florida or in the South or up in the like I guess Northwest, in Seattle. Like hopefully more people step up and kind of take advantage of this opportunity. So technically there's going to be what, like 20, so they're dropping it from 32 to 8, so there's 24 slots, right, that they're going to have to spread out, hopefully before August next year, right?
So, yeah, they're going to try to spread out 24 slots for, well, that's how much they're allocating for CCQs. They already said that not every event is going to have the same amount of invites granted to them. Like maybe, let's say they do pick PPG 15K, they might allocate them 3 invites or 4 invites. But like, let's say a smaller one, let's say one of our shops here, like Red Saber or Top Choice, get an invite, maybe they'll only give them 1, right? So they're not saying every event's going to be the same, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It just, I feel like the West Coast feels the impact more of like big events, right? Like all we have here is like, I mean, the biggest event we had is the Octo Case, and it only happened, I feel like, was because, and I don't think there's not that there's no interest here. I just think there's like not really any incentive to fly over here, right? The only time that happened was with the when it was Continentals and it was LCQ. More people were in the Valley to play Lorcana, so they probably just, everyone that was here early just decided to test that this event at Top Choice hosted, right? But like, I don't feel like the East Coast feels it that much because they have CCS that hosts, or SCG, one of them that hosts a huge event every 2 weeks after a new set release, and then CCS. And now they both announced that they're gonna have a circuit, both SSG and CCS, and they're based over there in the East Coast. So like, they're set, bro. Like then they get to the DLCs are also on the East Coast, so if they get into like one with they're able to get a ticket, like they're set for that too. And then if they really want to fly out, they could go to the PPG ones, which seem like they're going to be a little bit more spread out. But yeah, it's just, I don't feel like, I don't know, like the West Coast doesn't have that much big tournaments to compete for, unfortunately.
I think it's definitely like, it's definitely that, right? Where you see they have a big enough following, like especially like the CCS and even like tournaments in Atlanta, a lot of the, I guess, because there's plenty of big name players, right, in the game, but a lot of them are located on the East Coast, and those players that have like a big following generally like push these tournaments big time on their social media pages. So you get these big turnouts. Whereas like we have quite a few really good players, but I don't think we have as many that are like popular on social media. Not to say that they're not deserving of it. They just don't have the social media outlets like some of the East Coast players do. And yeah, we get these like local tournaments that are good and they are fun, but and we get like 70 to 80 players, but it's nowhere near the prize support that they get over in those like CCS, for example, where they get like the, what is it, a 15K they're talking about? Is it a 15K?
Yeah, they host like 10, 15Ks all the time, and
They
then
say
like
they say 8K, right? And then it jumps to 15K because they know they're going to make
usually.
the people. They know they're going to have the amount of people to show up, and that's awesome. And it's always a 2-day event. It's always over the weekend. It seems like such a fun vibe, kind of similar to what the PPG event was this last week, which is really cool to see, or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, they get those on the regular,
Yeah,
and they
I
do
don't
it
even
like
think
often enough.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the fact that they have more big names out there. I just think like the shops, or at least those shops, are willing to take that risk with the game. I don't think the shops. 'Cause I feel like if we do, let's say, have a 15K out here, let's say someone decides or like that Anaheim convention, right? Let's say it's a 15K instead of a 5K. Like I do think it will encourage those players to fly out, right? So, like I think that's what it is, because we already know people fly out to DCCS and all that. That's why they get bigger too. But I wouldn't fly out all the way from coast to coast for a 5K. I mean, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if we promote these or we had a big time player, like I don't think someone would fly out from a coast to coast just for a 5K. But
For sure, not for
I could
5K.
be, I could be, I could be wrong.
Nah, for sure not for a 5K. It's not worth it. Like there's just
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm saying. So
there's not
Yeah.
money involved.
yeah, so it's not even that we're not promoting out here. I think it's just the price support is not
Yeah, but
not there to get other people to travel.
yeah, but
We
I
just
think
don't have the stores to willing to take on that kind of and it's perfectly reasonable for them to not want to take that risk, right? But it
Yeah,
is
100%. I'm
it
just
is
saying it just hurts us on the
the reason.
west.
Yep.
yeah, but like
Exactly.
let's say one of our West Coast events just gets it becomes a CCQ. Like if there's one not invite ticket on the table, I think people will come out for that.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
So that just shows you, how much of a level up that is, right? Like for any event,
Yeah, but all right, that's about it for the CCQ talk. I mean, we'll see how everything plays out, right? I mean, good thing for us is we have that PPG circuit as well. Seems like I said earlier, it seems like they're gonna hit a little bit more everywhere than just the East Coast. But who knows? I mean, if it really becomes dry, maybe some of us will travel out to a CCS or something. But we'll see. Other than that, let's jump into set champs. I believe we all just played at one set champs this weekend, right? Which is all cardboardia. I guess we'll start with Ethan's story since it didn't go since it didn't go too well.
Since it's short, save some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a super fun tournament. I really enjoyed driving an hour out there to lose in the first 3 rounds, but it's okay. That happens. Just had a couple rough rounds. Round 1 lost to red blue. I was playing green steel. And then round 2 I won versus purple steel, but definitely threw me off when he hard casted grab your sword on my whole board, and I was like, oh man, I just lose because of that card. But I was able to pull that one out, and then round 3 I lost to Danny from the Cookout on green purple. Felt like green purple when that used to be kind of a good matchup for green steel. It's now seems kind of like a pretty rough matchup, just because they have more access to the evasives with Peter Pan and all that stuff. So it's pretty tough day. Lost game 3 in an unfortunate event, but it's okay. We get back. We're going to go back and play some more set champs. Hopefully do better, but yeah, not too bad. But all throughout my day, I was like, green steel, does not feel fun to play right now. It feels really rough into the meta. Can still have the chance to high roll and do its normal things and all that stuff, but it definitely doesn't feel as dominant as it used to. So yeah,
100%. No, I
that was
agree.
my event. Yeah, wasn't
What about
wasn't
you?
the best, but yeah.
What about you, Eddie?
Yeah,
How'd it
for
go?
me, no, I tell you, I mean, yeah, like I always have green still like on the table, but in the end, I just feel like I think a lot of people would agree that there's just more discard deck options, right? Green, yellow, green, purple are arguably better right now than green still. Um, but for me, I decided to take Blurple this week. I feel like Blurple just has a lot of a fair chance into most matchups. And with purple decks, you're actually allowed to tech a little. You have a little more leeway to tech because you have so much draw in your game plan that I was able to try some new cards. So I mean, I'll just give away because like, when you walk into a room where you're expecting a lot of discard, there's this purple card called Magic of the Spell which prevents your opponent from discarding you. So I slid in two of those Magicas into my Blurple deck, just to kind of test it out. That wasn't my initial game plan, but ended up what I ran with that day, and then I only went against one discard deck the whole day. Right, that's usually how techs work in Lorcana. But I basically I went 3-2. I had a pretty cool like a miracle moment, I guess, in that day. I was like at 18 lore. I think it was like round 3, and I pull out. I'm top decking like against discard, and I top deck the friends, and I find the fox. No, I find the goat fox to like pretty much steal a win that I did not deserve. Shout out to Joe. Sorry for that.
The win
And
that you didn't deserve.
yeah, no,
Must be nice.
totally.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
That was
must
a
be
real
nice.
heart of the cards moment, you know?
I never felt like a
Sometimes it just
Yu-Gi-Oh
happens.
player, and I never felt like a Yu-Gi-Oh player more than that moment. It was insane. Definitely highlight when miracles like that happen. I normally never get that lucky. But it's a cool story. In the end, only lost twice. One of them was to Caesar here on his green blue items list. That list is spicy, and it's too much for my Blurple deck that has no item hate. Or it has like I guess it has Cusco, but Cusco doesn't really do much in that
Yeah.
matchup.
There's no effective way to get rid of items in the meta right now, or just currently in the game, where they can't just bring it back with all the ink that they have. It really is like, I mean, I'm sure there are some techs that do help that sort of removal style, but for the most part, items are so easily recurable in this game, and yeah, it makes it kind of hard to deal with consistently.
Yeah. So I don't think Cusco is a good answer, at least not to the green blue deck, because it's a little too late to 6-drop. I think Hideaway would be more effective to it. Obviously, still has Benja, but even like at least this version like runs so many items that I don't think one item, like let's say someone plays a 1-up Benja, like even if they hit it early, I don't think it's going to be effective enough. Um, Bench is a little bit good too, which we'll talk about the run. But bench is a little bit good too because it's also like a good body, right? It's a 2-3 quest for 2. And what's one thing that my item's gonna be weak to is aggro. I need to see like specific cards to be aggro list. I don't think it's an auto loss, but I do feel like I have to see certain cards to even be in like a 50-50 situation with aggro. And then obviously I find him Platinum is like a really good card for items, right? So yeah, unfortunately, people are playing Hideaway, but like I said, usually against like a blue deck, they want to Hideaway if they're only playing. Most of the decks are only playing like 1 or 2, and they don't want to afford wasting it on the dime. They don't want to waste it on a workshop, right? They want to hit the dime in case like the person's being greedy and just plays out the dime early. The bench is a little bit more. Like I said, it's just a questing power, but yeah, I played green blue items. I mean, I've been hyping that deck up. I still think it's really good. I played uh, round 1. I played Blurple. Round 2, I played Blurple again, or it was Eddie. Man, there was a lot of team kills that day. It sucks when you go to a tournament and you just play like a bunch of homies. Round 3, I play Hector, my teammate, 24K Hector, and we decide to ID because we looked at the standings and we said, even with this ID, you should be able to make top cut going X1. And if we go X2, then that's like mine and his fault, right? There's only 2 rounds left after that. Like, we're like, if we lose the 2 rounds, then that's on us. Like, it's not really, the ID doesn't really have anything to do with it. Unfortunately, because of that, we didn't realize that until later that Dre, our other teammate, had already ID'd earlier in the rounds. So we're like, oh, damn, there's a pretty big chance one of us gets paired into him. So, of course, round 4, I pair into Dre. At that point, I had to play it out. We probably could have ID'd too, but we're like, whatever. If we naturally ID, we naturally ID. If not, we one of us take the win, right? Then we did go to game 3. Unfortunately, I was able to squeak it out and took the dub. He was playing his yellow green discard that there's been a couple videos on from a couple different people. And then round 5, I played the guy I lost to in top 4, which is a broom deck, but I just ID'd again. So basically undefeated. There's Swiss. And then top 8, I play another purple deck. It's pretty easy. And then top 4, I play against the purple steel. So I thought it was just purple steel brooms. I feel like that's not as bad of as a matchup. I decided to play it out because I feel like he's the only one that could have gave me a run for my money. Like, if I would have beat him, for sure, like anyone else would have, I would have just won the whole tournament for sure. And I thought I could still beat him. I wasn't like 100% confident. Like, I was going into the matchup thinking like, oh, I'm just going to win. But I was like, I can win. I don't see it that hard. And if I do win, like, if I just win this round, this top 4, like, I'm going to win the whole thing. So, little do I know, this guy's playing benches. So I get absolutely destroyed. He plays 3 benches. He saw his first one, and he used that bench on me 5 times. That same single benja. I don't think the fact that he was playing benches. I think the fact that it's purple steel benja, right? Like, he has the purple notorious for playing bodies. If I kill them, he draws. So even like my bells that I'm putting down, I'm taking him out, and he just draws. And then he has big characters, right? Like the Smee's a 3/3. He still has strength. He has the Cobra's a 4/4. Yeah, it just has big bodies, so it just made it rough with the questing power along with the constant card value, and then the benches on top of that. I feel like if we didn't have benches, I could have won it pretty easy, but it is what it is. But we could talk about my list, Eddie, if you want to pull it up. I changed it a bit from the last time I showed the list, which was when we went to go play Arizona. A lot of people are a fan of what is that? That item called signed contract. I don't think it's needed. I talked amongst a couple of the people in the 20 Lore Pro, and they say it's mainly for the green steel matchup. I feel like if it's only good in, I mean, obviously it's okay in amber steel matchup, but I feel like if it's only good in a few matchups, like, why would I even put it in, right? Like, I'd rather work on my early game, because I see most of those lists are like cutting down on kits. So I'm like, I would rather just play kit. And I have a Prince John in there, which kind of helps my green steel matchup anyways, or like my discard matchup anyways, because he can recur stuff from the trash, right? So it's pretty good. But I also think another thing I included was develop their brain. I feel like it's good because certain matchups you just want to see Oswald on 2. Like, I feel like any matchup that can't remove it efficiently or within the first 4 turns, like, you just want to play Oswald. So 5 mole 7, and then I have develop. It gives me another 2 cards. It's like the same concept with like blue red, right? Or like the shark version, where if you want to find the ramp, you also have the develop to help you look, which is a little bit less because obviously I have 4 hits instead of 8, but it helps. And then it also helps because a lot of matches I want to see either Bell or Kick Cloud quicker, so it just helps me like look for those early cards that I have teched in to find them, and even after I full mole. But I mean, I enjoy the deck. It does kind of play like solitaire, but I mean, I don't know. I have fun with the deck. It's a really cool deck. I still think it's super strong. And apparently I found another weakness to it, which is, at first I thought it was just only green steel I hard lose, but apparently I lose to purple steel benches as well. So yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I like the develop. I was testing the list without develop and with develop, and develop just adds so much to the list. You're able to dig for the exact setup that you need. This deck is a very setup, right? I feel like it's kind of your style, like just set up and destroy, right? And this the develop is huge into that game plan. And I also see that you added the carpet bag. Carpet bag almost like I almost was testing a version without the 6-drop Tamatoa because carpet bag has so much value. Like you're able to get back anything you want, anything you need, and it's really good, especially recycling the Radigan trap. I remember you popping the Radigan trap like 10 times against me in our match. It's it's so good. Like your opponent can't end the game normally.
Yeah, so I don't see.
Oh,
Sorry to interrupt. I don't see wardrobe as what's it called? Card bag as another Tomo. I see it as another Prince. So Prince John. I was playing 3 Prince Johns before, and I went down to 2 to add like an item version of Prince John. I also went down on the Tomatos because same thing like you said, Eddie. I feel like I was inking the 6-drop a lot. Like, but I don't know. I feel like I have a really rough time talking on the 20 lower Discord like green blue items thread because I feel like I'm playing the deck a lot differently than other people. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to go higher on big Tamatoa. Like I want to play more of them. Oh, I want to play more dimes." And I'm like, dude, you don't need any of that stuff. And even on the matchups, like I started noticing another thing. Like there's times where I don't even need that as my ender because I already have 17 ink, and I'll just cheat out 2 Scrooges, a Bell, and then hard play 2 baby Tomatoes, and maybe throw in an Oswald in there too. I already presented like what almost 10 lore, and I know they have no board wipe, and I already under the sea them, so they only have like 3 cards in hand, and I have another under the sea ready in my hand if something does get out of hand. You get what I'm saying? Like, how are they going to deal with 4 Scrooges, or like let's say 3 Scrooges, 2 Bells, 2 baby Tomatoes, and Oswald? Like, I'm gonna win the game even without dropping the big Tomo. You know what I'm saying? Like you just get to these high ink counts, and you have a bunch of characters that you can cheat out that it just overwhelms them, right? And then at that point, I don't need that many items. Like let's say I do play Tomo, like I quest that whole turn, and then next turn I just got a Tomoto for like 6 or something like that, right? But yeah, I don't know. I talking to them, like I feel like I'm playing the deck a lot differently than most other people that are playing the deck.
Yeah, I see it as like it's like another type of under the sea deck. Like I know it's not like, like under sea just it functions the same way it does in green yellow. Instead of Kitas, you have coils, and then you can
Yeah,
board wipe your opponent, and that's so huge. In kind of like just stalling out the game, right? So like your game plan has like a clear finisher, and as long as you stall out the game long enough, you win every time. And the only
yeah,
decks that can
100%.
right, and the only decks that can maybe stop you from winning are decks that either put a lot of pressure either by going like really wide with like like a lot of heavy 2 lord questers, maybe flooding the board with locations could be a problem against you. But like most decks don't play like that, right? Most decks don't play giga aggro. Most decks don't play like flood the board with locations. So it's like those aren't really real decks that you would probably need to be afraid of. But I guess the Benja is interesting in that they can just slow down your development. They just stall you out enough to where you kind of lose draw, right? Like if they just constantly hit your workshop, then like draw, like you really need a workshop, at least one workshop.
Yeah, I don't feel like the first bench is what hurt me. I feel like it was the other 3 times he played it that hurt me.
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like any other list that's playing Benja, I don't think I would be as upset because they're not able to bounce it right. Like now at this point, I have to put them on while they need to find their next copy of Benja, right? Versus well they can just bounce this Benja, right? So I think Purple Steel Benja specifically is gonna be what screws it over, not necessarily Benja as itself, but
Yeah.
we'll see. And obviously, I'll find them at Platinum. But I think that one goes back to like, if I know they have it, I can kind of play a little bit. Like, I'm not going to throw down all my workshops. And even if I do, depends like what control of the board is. Because then at that point, most lists are only going to play like 1 or 2, right? So at that point, I play my Baby Tomo and I grab him back. Or I play Prince John and it lives and then I grab him back. Or even I could play my Big Tomato and I'll grab back a workshop. And once I get 1 workshop back, then I'm back in business, right? So they need to. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't. Obviously, if I'm caught off guard for it, probably because my first thought is going to be to play all my items out, right? Because I'm like, there's no way they wipe it. Once they play the first one, I feel like I play a little bit more different the next few games. But
Yeah, so here's that purple steel list since we keep talking about it.
you had something to say, Ethan, about the list before we move on to the purple
Oh,
steel list?
I thought your list was cool. I definitely don't think this is a list that, like, if you have zero experience on the deck and you see these blue-green lists popping up, that you should just pick up and play without any practice. I feel like for myself, I can figure out most decks, but like a deck like that definitely requires some knowledge of the ins and outs of what you're supposed to be doing. Whereas like this purple steel list that we're seeing right now, credit to the player who got top 2 or whatever, but like it's a very straightforward list, right?
Yeah.
The list, the green blue list, there's definitely a lot of thinking involved, and you have to have a game plan. So I don't think it's a list that you can just pick up and play. So I do like that part about your list. One thing I don't like about your list is that it just feels like you're just playing items the whole time, which is part of it. And I think it goes back to there is a really tough time with getting rid of items without them easily being recurred. But it is cool to see these new decks that pop up and do these cool things because it's a nice, interesting take on the meta that we have currently.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's that much wrong with the item destruction. I mean,
I don't think so either.
the main thing is the workshop, but even then, like if I'm spending time, like the items aren't really strong, right? Like all these items are pretty lackluster. Like
Yeah.
workshop is good because it draws you cards, but popsicle's not really doing anything. Like all my other items aren't really doing anything. Like the Radigan Strap, sure, it minuses 2, but even if you had item destruction, like you're not gonna destroy that because if I know you have item destruction, I'm just gonna pop it every time. Like I'm never gonna let it sit on board. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the only other thing that's really a problem that's not easy to remove is dime once it's developed. But I mean, I don't really ever play dime out unless I absolutely know you have no item removal or like hideaway. Like against blue decks, I'm not playing dime out ever. Like even against Eddie's match, like I hit it off of Oswald and I just threw it to the bottom because I'm not gonna risk it.
I saw that.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
risk.
I was like, bro, you sure you don't want your dime on the board? I had my Cusco ready, bro. I was like, and exactly right. It's like you're not gonna fall for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Like I know I'm gonna get to the bottom of my deck again. Like I'll hit it. I'd rather have it in my hand than on play. But
As
yeah.
a trump card, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a combo, right? I get to 17 ink and I drop my big Tomo and the dime at the same time. Literally, there's literally nothing you could do like to stop me from that. Like there's nothing you can do.
And with a couple of workshops, you just basically always go to the bottom of your deck. Like every game, you're basically drawing your whole deck because you have
that's what I'm saying. Like,
OTK.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like throwing cards to the bottom of my deck is not. I'm not too worried about it because I know I'm gonna get to the bottom of my deck. Like I have no issue with that. Obviously against aggro decks, like when I see it under the seagull under my deck, that's a little bit different because I might not see my whole deck against aggro decks, but like against any other deck that's not going super burr, like I know I'm gonna get to the bottom of my deck. But yeah, this guy was playing too far the cannons and he found them both times.
What is that? Oh, that's to kill the Oswald. Yeah. Dude, it's that's a rough one. That's a rough one for sure. I mean, the list is pretty cool. It's just a typical brooms, I guess, aggro-ish purple steel list. It's pretty, it's not too crazy, not too different. Yeah, the brooms are in there, but like in the end, Sid, but like that's a very small part of the list. The list is still very like our purple steel burn. It's definitely what it feels like, at least.
Yeah, I mean, like he took such a, I guess, alternate path to include the 3 benches, because that normally is what, like your 4th Smee, he a rose or a 4th crab. Like usually 4 crab is pretty standard this meta.
Oh, he has no docks.
Yeah, no dock. So he kind of cut out some of the standard, I guess, meta, like build to fit in 3 benches just for like that item matchup. So like I mean sometimes you tech for a matchup and you actually run into it, right? Like me, I tech for my Discord matchup, only ran into it once. So it's like you never know when you take those like deck, like design like risks. I guess the nice thing about Benja is that it's inkable. It's a body with 3 willpower, so against like the steel mirror, it's still quest for 2. But I would say in most of his matchups, it probably didn't hit it as hard as it did until he went against you, right?
He was like full mulligan for the Benja.
Yeah, he's like, your time has come. You haven't done anything all day. It's like,
I bet you he was happy when I said I'm not gonna split, because I think he was gonna agree to split too. But like I said, if I knew he had Benja, I would have split. Like I only wanted to play it out because I knew if I beat him, like basically he was my finals match, right? Like if I beat him, like it's over. Like I'm pretty sure I win the whole thing. So
and like, but that's not wrong to play it out there. Like, yeah, he had the Benjas for your items, and he had the fire the cannons for your Oswald. Like that's tough, but like you run that risk, right? You're not going to split top 4. I mean, not for that pricing. The pricing was very.
I would have if I knew he had Benjas. I would have. I 100% would have.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I would have because I know I lose with Benjas because it's rough, dude. Because even
but how does it? Okay, but then explain it for like everyone else. How do you split the like mat? Do you still play it out, or are you still like?
Oh, that obviously will have to be determined. But pricing wise, like
you just 4-way.
It's like knowing, right? Like, sure, you can run the risk, but it's pretty high likely now that I lose because the matchup was already probably like, let's say 45, 55 with him and being in favor without the Benjas. Like the Benjas just make it so much better.
Like a 60? You would say 60?
Yeah, I would say probably even more, dude, because I ran it back. Like I ran back another best of 3 with him. I asked him if he'll be willing to test with me, and I played it completely different. And I took off 1 game off of him. But the games that I lost, like the games I did not see my kit, the Cloud Kicker, and he just had like the answers. Like it's just like I hard lose. Like I feel like there's nothing I can do. So I don't know. That's rough because, like I said, I even changed my playstyle out to see if like I can do something different. And even that game I won, like I don't feel like. I think he saw his Benja late, and then I forgot what else. But Hector was laughing because he was watching me play it, and he's like, "Oh, okay, so you're just not gonna play items in your item deck?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, kinda." Like at least until I get control of the board.
Just go hard for control on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like not cheating out like
anything.
Usually I'll play my items and then cheat out Scrooge, but I was like hard casting Scrooge. I was putting my bell out. I was like playing. I also went the route of like dropping Incaster on 2 first and then dropping Oswald to at least kind of get a trigger off of him before he dies.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing different things to see if it worked.
Yeah, Oswald does not become like rough. The game plan in that matchup, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I mean, obviously, like if I have him in hand, I'm gonna go for him. But I wasn't mulling for him. Like I was never mulling for him. He just ended up in my hand. So if I have him, I'm gonna go for that route, right? Like I have to. Like it's a. Yeah, like I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah, you need items. Hopefully, if enough hit, you can kind of make too much threats for him to deal with.
But the thing is, that's what I'm saying. He can. All the items are lackluster. Like he can just save his benches until I bring out a workshop, until I hit my value, or until I bring out my value items. So like I bring out a workshop, he benches. I bring out a carpet bag, he bounces benches again. Like any other item, he's not gonna care about. Like he also hits my coils because my coils like. That's why I said it's just so rough because all his all his units are also pretty strong too. So I need my coil out too. Like my Scrooge is only gonna trade like once. Like trading into goat kills it. Trading into Benja, I kill it, and then he just like fire the cannons. Or like I traded into his Smee, and then he like had a character on board, so he just like sung strength or whatever and killed it. Like I don't know. It was a really rough matchup, to be honest.
No, I can.
And they all gain a lot of lore, right? Like the Benja Quest for 2, that's really good. Like it's an underrated card, especially when you're not playing in the like red removal decks, right? Because you're not playing red. Yeah, you have Under the Sea, but like your Under the Sea requires some wind up to get there. It takes some time to set it up. So definitely it's not one of those things that you could just like be like, oh, he's wide board, turn 4, I'm going to cast Under the Sea. That doesn't work. That doesn't typically work.
Yeah, and then my way I beat aggro decks is with kit. And kitting this deck is so bad. Like even if I kit his 1-drops, like they're cheap. They're 1-drops. Like he could almost cost them nothing to play them again, right? Like
I
I can't
agree.
kit his kitting his
Yensid.
snake is bad because then he gets another bounce. Kitting his
Thing with
Yensid's
snake, right?
fine.
Or with
No, with the
you
coil.
mean coil. Oh, with coil, yeah, and that's bad.
Kitting his Cobra is bad. Kitting Pete is bad. Kitting Go is bad. Like kitting almost everything in this deck is bad. So
Yeah, he's a bounce deck, and you're helping him bounce.
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
but
I
enough with that. We'll go on with the red blue list. I think it was just like generic items, right?
was it items that took it. Okay, I mean, there's so this is Brock Harris. Congrats to him. I think him and Nathan, right? The top two, they were from On the Play.
Yeah,
Those
they're
guys,
from On the Play.
yeah. Shout out to On the Play. Definitely killed it at Cardboardia. Um, so this list, it's blue red items, but there's some different stuff going on here. Not every item list runs the Queen, the Diviner.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's not playing four. He's not playing 8 2-drop ramps.
Yeah, no Tipo, no Tipo here.
No.
Um,
So that way, if he does miss it, he can just go the queen route, right, on 3.
yeah,
If he doesn't need to be reactive and play baby Sisu.
and a lot of little toolbox one drop items here. Normally you see like 3 Vitalis here. You don't see 2 shield and 1 ice block. That's pretty unique. Definitely going wide with the early items.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 2 dime anymore. I for sure would play 1, save an ink slot, maybe play another Vitalis Sphere or another Bell probably to help your early game.
Yeah,
They're just better items, right? Like, or they're just better cards now, right? You really only need 1, and you're not gonna just you're usually just slamming it when you're going to win.
Oh, he's not playing baby Tomos.
Yeah,
weird.
I wonder, is that an error? I wonder if it is, because that feels like with all these items, it feels like not correct. But maybe I'm
that's
wrong.
super weird.
Yeah, especially
Maybe
with
I'm
2
wrong.
dime, right? There's no Tamo to cheat out a dime,
Yeah,
even with 2 dime.
I feel like it's missing. It's got to be missing these, right? There's no way.
Oh, I know why. Because this is more of a Sailor list, and Sailor also cut his baby Tomos from items. Because he says you skip it, you waste your ink playing developing the workshops and drawing from workshops. I still think it's weird.
Yeah, but like this deck really revolves off of workshop value, right? With all those 1-drop items. He said, I don't need 3 Tamo, I'm just gonna add 3 more 1-drop items with the shield and ice block. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, that is different.
I personally wouldn't play like this, but
hey,
props to him though. Cool. That's good. Good win. Good win.
Took it down though.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about Eddie's Hoffen. He named it Hoffen, his purple red list.
This is a Toolbox RP list if I've ever seen one, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty spicy with all the ratios here.
It is a Hoffen list. There's a bunch of 1-ofs and 2-ofs and stuff like that. That's cool. I like it. 6 1-drops, huh?
I know, but he always sees them.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're running hot, you know what I mean? To be fair, I only play 4 in my green steel deck, and I saw it quite often, so can't hate that much. You know what I mean? Sometimes the cards are in your favor.
You know what's nuts is he's so teched out for every matchup, except the blue red item list. That probably was the one match he lost that day. Because you can try to have answers for everything, but unfortunately, there's no answers for items in these colors. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Your best answer for blue red is like bouncing Tremaines and stuff like that, but even then, it's just too slow.
The way he beat his items going on his 1-drop is what you cut them out.
Huh?
I said, the way he beats items is with his 1-drops, but he cut them out, going triple 1-drop and then Genie or something like that.
Yeah, and then also you probably need more locations. That's like a way to beat red blue. I mean, I don't know how many hideaways people are on now, but I know that's typically a way to beat them. Maybe not so much anymore though.
Yeah, library's not as bad.
Slow,
I mean, it's the castle. Yeah, it's the castle that used to do that.
But now with the Maui Shark, right? Maui Shark just comes down and just answers it. I mean,
Yeah.
not that regular Maui didn't answer castles before, because it can still, but yeah,
No, yeah,
interesting.
this is
It's
where
cool
like
though.
yeah, no, this is a cool list. Like I see a lot of interesting ratios. Like he fit in this the Sisu shift package for like the green, ward, like a counter. He fit in the Ursula for the aggro with the Ursula shift for like the Amber Steel match. Um, it's got literally it's like teched out for like the green decks and the aggro Amber Steel decks, which definitely was a good call because those are definitely popular decks right now.
Yeah.
And
I think
with
I saw him play versus the Amber Steel list, like an Amber. I think it was like the Edmund Chu list. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I watched both games because it was my first round, and I got beat pretty badly in the first round. I got beat in like 15 minutes. It was awesome. Such a fun experience. But when I was watching his match next to me, he had seemingly had really good control of the board, and his big Sisu or the little Sisu was just like chilling out there controlling the board, and he had the big shift Sisu in hand, and that guy had no cards in hand, no way to remove it, and yeah, it seemed like such a blowout. The deck seemed to pretty easily control that Amber Steel matchup.
yeah, no, yeah, it's and also with the dual closing threat of goats and pirates life, it just puts more pressure.
Yeah. Well, for sure. Shout out to them. Shout out to Shane. He made top 8 as well. Another shout out to Jonathan, another on the play guy. He's the guy I played on top 8. And then shout out Adam. He made top 8 too. And then Danny, our boy Danny O, made top 8. If you want to pull up his list, just so he doesn't get mad at us. Play green purple, more
Here
tempo
we
based.
go.
Merfolks,
The
12
Danio.
1 drops.
I will say this list is really really good at getting super lucky, because I had the chance to blow him out game 3, and I had checked his hand 3 different times, and I had set up like the Ursula Suddenchill line, and I knew he didn't have Ursula 2, and he drew it right as I was about to sing it the next turn. I was like, you lucky SOB. And after that, after he got rid of my Suddenchill, I just straight up lost. But
Bro, the amount of times I got hit with Ursula on Cardboardia and I only run 4 songs and they hit it every time they played Ursula made me sick.
yeah.
I'm like, bro, what the hell? I only run 4 songs. Like, what is the likelihood you hit it? Like, it's in my hand when you Ursula.
Yeah,
That's wild.
I was pretty crushed in that game 3 when he hit me with the Ursula on like turn 3 or whatever. I was pretty sad, because that definitely, like, my hand was very strong if I was able to get that sing off. If I got Ursula, my hand was horribly weak, and that's exactly what happened. But it wasn't on turn 2; it was on turn 3 after I set up the Ursula, the big Ursula. So it was unfortunate, but yeah, props to him making top 8. It's awesome.
For sure, for sure. Other than that, that was Cardboardia's top 8 list. You want to bring up that RB list that's floating around that's making waves apparently?
Yeah, I pulled up here from the I guess a 1K. There's a new blue red aggro list.
It was like a kid too, huh? I just saw his picture.
He
Like
was
a young guy.
young. He was young. I don't know if he was a kid, probably like a teenager, but yeah, he's not an adult like most of us.
Yeah,
But
that's
no,
pretty cool.
it was really cool. Like I think the final actually was between him and also like an actual kid. So that those two kids were cooking that event, and I think it was a blue red mirror, and again I think he went against Sharks and against this, and this just ate that Sharks deck alive. Um, I don't know if have you guys tested this? I tested this the other night, and I was trying to change it, and this deck actually is pretty good. Like all the cards here support each other in very interesting ways. So the way this deck basically wins, it has multiple ways to gain lore without questing. You basically you want to. It's obvious you want to go Flynn or Tink on 2, and then you have a lot of 5 strength characters on 3. Cogsworth becomes a 5/3 when you have a popsicle in the bin. So you go Popsicle Bell, you have a popsicle in the bin. So you go Popsicle Bell, Flynn on 2, Cogsworth on 3. Gain start putting pressure with Flynn. Tinkerbell immediately can tap the Cogsworth to gain 2 lore. But the Prince John, the 3 drop uninkable 5/5, a natural 5/5 just pops off in this list so hard. Because yeah, its downside is it gets pinged every time your opponent plays a character, but you have so much natural heal with Popsicle and Baymax. Baymax gains lore when you play him every time in this deck. Um, and then you have Super Goof for good lore gain. Then you have Maximus for lore gain. So there's multiple kind of cohesive ways to just gain lore just by playing your deck. You kind of play solitaire because you're not really removing much in your opponent's side, but you're kind of gaining lore while removing it in different ways. Your bodies are always going to be bigger than your opponent's bodies. So, you're abusing your stats basically with like this 5 strength willpower. And let's say you're in top deck mode because this deck does not have a lot of draw, but blue red, constantly putting pressure with the big bodies. You have Li Shang to kind of be an alternate closer. If you top deck Li Shang, then now all your 5 strength characters that quest for 1 now quest for 2. So yeah, it's pretty good. This list actually is pretty consistent. I thought it was a meme, but it's pretty good against Amber Steel. Amber Steel can't stop this much heat, these much bodies. Pretty pretty good against I think RP. RP can't really race this. This deck's going to end the game faster than RP. This can probably beat Purple Steel, I think. Yeah, totally. This could probably eat Purple Steel alive, actually, unfortunately, because they just have all the answers for Purple Steel to just never quest. I mean, Purple Steel has a way to burn their way to victory if they're on that route, but this deck has so much more like natural, like burn, natural lore gain. I say this deck does have a matchup to discard because this deck does not have
100%.
right. So this against like green, yellow, green, purple will probably be a problem. So that's why I don't see it as an option in our locals because we have some amazing green, yellow, and green, purple, and green, blue, like players out here. So, but if your meta doesn't include discard, then I would take this list honestly over like RP, over Amber Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hate talking about lists without testing them, but my only problem with this list is like I feel like um this with the amber shell or this with the steel shell would just be better. Like what is the blue providing, which would be kind of the card draw, but even the card draw that they're putting in, they're not putting them in as 4 ofs. So like the Tamatoa, for it to really be card draw, you need to be seeing your popsicles, and then your Tala is only running like a 3 of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the only good thing that is providing is a good body of obviously cheating out the Bell's Cracked if you ever find it. But the only other good body that this deck is providing is the Scrooge and the Baymax Heal lore. So I feel like the main reason that it's playing blue is for that Scrooge and that Baymax.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Amber, like the Rapunzel works with the Mulan, works with the Prince John. You can still kind of have your ramp by playing like Gaston on 3, or I think it's just him because the other 2 are 2 drops, right? Oh no, you play Doc on 3. There's that the duck. I forgot what duck it is. The baby duck. I think it's like Louis or whatever. But it's gonna most of the time you want to play Flynn or Tink on 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then Steel, you can play Doc. You can still play like Fire the Cannon, like some removal spells, Fire the Cannon and stuff. You can play Beast. You play Namari for the card filtering. I don't know. I feel like this shell would just be better, and then the Namari works even better with the Maximus, right? So like,
Namari's nice.
I don't know. I feel like this list would just be better with Steel or Amber. But I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't tested the list, but nor I probably would want to. Doesn't sound like a list I'd like to play. But
It's not. Yeah, I'll say. I was trying to change the colors too because my initial idea was this blue's not the best pair, but what really kind of changed my mind was Baymax. This is the best use of Baymax I've ever seen. This Baymax really hits in this deck because you have so much like strength to just win a trade. you have so many ways to win trades in this deck that the Baymax just kind of keeps it going, and it becomes a huge problem against like a steel. Like if you're in a steel meta, this deck eats a steel meta because of like it's so much.
How many Inkable does it play? For a 9?
Yeah, so not that much.
You know what I'm seeing is missing here that would be good? That would work crazy with Baymax is Hydra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hydra would be sick.
That card would be sick. Especially with the lack of cards that answer it. Like World's Greatest Criminal Minds way out of the meta now.
Yeah, Steel is just gonna like cook Steel.
Yeah, it definitely could. Like, yeah, sure they Zeus it, but like you're killing whatever they Zeus.
You're killing anything else that's on their board when they Zeus you.
Yeah. So it really isn't that. This list looks really cool, but I am also inclined to agree with you, Cesar, that I think I would rather play a red-yellow list. Moreover, with the like Tinkerbell, Flynn, Shell. I like these cards a lot, but I think I would play a red-yellow list just because I like. But I'm also very impartial. I like Rapunzel and I like red-yellow, so be cool to experiment with a list like this, maybe for a fun set champs or something like that.
Yeah, like this. I mean, the thing is, if you're playing Tink, you want to play like stronger characters, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, as I say, like
I feel like you wouldn't play Gothel because then it would mess up your 2-drop slot. But then you could play the Beast, and then you could try to cheat out that Gaston early, right?
Yeah,
it's not for damage character, right? It's for every damage counter, or is it character? I can't remember.
you talk about the big one, the 10.
Yeah, the Inkable Rush. Yeah.
Oh, the big Gaston.
I don't remember what his effect
Let's
was.
see. You for each each damage character. But like, let's say you play Mulan, and then on 3 you play Beast. He now becomes a 5-drop, right? 7, 5. Yeah. Then you could play this on 5.
Yeah, the only area that he's really rough, those cards are really rough in, are in the steel matchups. But even then, you just ink them in your steel matchups. You just don't play those cards. But you kind of run. But again, you do run that risk of your steel matchup is very rough with this deck. I feel like, at least in my opinion, but not with this deck specifically, but the red yellow. But I don't know how much this red blue list struggles with steel.
Oh yeah,
it's an interesting list. That's cool.
It's interesting, and like I was
no one had really ran red blue this way, so
yeah, it's unique, and it's cool to have different lists every once in a while. So
yeah. Honestly, props to this guy. Definitely loves to see people innovate. Right, and I think in this set being the last set, we have the full rotation. It's cool to see that. I had some other lists from another big tournament. I pulled up this one here. This one's from a tournament in the EU. This guy got second place with green and yellow discard, but it looks like Dre's list, but it's not exactly Dre's list. There's like a whole different package.
I mean, the only difference is the morph into to cheat out the Bell early, right? Because that's the only thing that's cheating out. Or I guess the Kita could cheat out Kita.
Yeah, Kita. Yeah, morph in the green yellow. I guess the idea is you have Bell here, but I remember seeing Danny testing that Shift Bell and Screen Still list once upon a time, but
yeah, I was testing it. It felt horrible. He said it felt great. I think it was bad every time I did it. But
yeah, I wonder.
It's literally Dre's list, but he just removed the Aladdins, but the morphs, and then fit in the bell. Because look, he's also playing the 3 Under the Sea. He's playing the Tremaine.
Yeah,
he's playing the 1 of Chip. And then I think he removed the Luis. Like, you can see where he removed from Dre's list.
Took the 4th Luis.
He removed the Aladdins, removed the Luis, added the 2 bells, added the 3 morphs. And then almost everything else is the same ratios.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Just to see, I think how popular Dre's list is that we're seeing this guy from EU just being like 5 cards off of it.
Yeah. I think that same weekend, like that Sunday, EU had a big event when the PPG happened, and there was a green yellow almost exactly like Dre's list too. That event.
And EU
that Sunday of the PPG, yeah, it was like if you look at the tournaments, like right after PPG, they had like a big Sunday tournament.
But I guess I
So
guess we can just talk about like the meta, right? Like we see green yellow now on the map. We see blue red for sure. You see amber still. Like there's this amber still list here, just to kind of mention amber still. But this one took first
was
place
that
at that
was
EU
that
event,
Italy tournament, Galactus Grand Prix.
and
Fucking shit's moving still. Yeah, I mean the meta. I mean it's the same thing, right? Red blue. I mean it's wide open, but red blue, yellow steel. Um, but the good thing is like even with these like lists being so popular, like there's a bunch of different yellow steel lists. There's a bunch of different red. Well, not a bunch, different red blues, but there's two ways to play red blue. Um, green purple is pretty popular, and there's like three different lists of green purple. Um, yellow greens like getting up there, and then there's technically still like two different lists, which is turn dogs and discard. So it's pretty cool. Even like the green blue list I'm playing, right? Like a lot of people are favoring the Quigley's version that he just made popular in PPG, like with the that bell. Like that was spicy. I saw him play it. I kind of wanted to play it too. Like he would ramp into Bell 4-drop, and then he would with Bell he would ink do his double ink instead of playing the quill. I think he was playing quill too, but and then he would cheat out like Claire Bell and stuff. Like it was pretty cool list. So I'm seeing people play. Like I feel like almost every color combination has like multiple decks that are viable, but pretty cool. But
yeah, the
moving on. Or what's up?
also Ethan, like what's your read on the meta right now?
What's my read on the meta? I think you can kind of play whatever you want, really. I do think for as far as I haven't been really in touch with the game very much as of recently. I've been keeping in the, I've been like watching stuff but I haven't been playing very much. But what I will say is that if you are going to try and play discard, because this is the deck I've been playing all format, it's the best version of discard is not green steel, so don't play that version. That it's gonna have a rough a lot of the matchups don't feel very easy right now. So I would recommend if you're going to play a discard deck, either play green yellow or green purple. Both of those decks seem very well slotted in the meta. They seem pretty good and consistent. I played a little bit of green yellow. Deck's fun. I might mess around and play some green purple discard or something like that. But yeah, a lot of amber steel's good, red blue's good. A lot of purple decks are good. So it's a pretty healthy meta, I feel like. It's cool. But I also am ready for rotation. Hopefully we get some new gameplay.
And we get some like new card reveals should be rolling out soon.
New
August.
It's gonna
August 30th, right? No, that's when it releases.
Yeah.
July, like the end of July, I think Gen Con's happening, and that's where they're gonna reveal. From what I heard, is basically all the reprints. From what I
Really,
heard.
all the reprints.
all the new old cards, basically.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna show some new cards too, but I think a majority of it's gonna be. I think they're gonna like reveal the whole reprint list that day, supposedly, from what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but I think that's good. I think they should like not tease us with the reprint. Like I think they should just give us the list like all at one go, or maybe two goes, right? Like split it up in two or something. Because it's not like they're not revealing new cards, right? They're just giving like us a list of what we're playing. So I don't feel like they should tease us with that. Really, like just kind of give it all at once.
It's huge though. It's huge, and I know a lot of people are waiting to see what decks are going to survive. And what.
Yeah, but imagine they say, "Oh, next week we're gonna reveal cards," and then it's all reprints. And then next week we're gonna reveal more cards, and then it's all. I'm gonna get upset. I'm like, dude, like, cool. I want to see what's gonna get reprinted, but don't tease saying like you're gonna like tease something new and then you just show us reprints. Right. I'd be cool with them just showing all the reprints at Gen Con. Like I'd be 100% cool with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving forward, set champs coming up. We got Top Choice Gaming this Saturday at I think it starts 12 p.m.
Yeah.
They always open the doors early. They're advertising it as a quad case. As always, if let's say 80 players show up, I'm sure they're gonna bring up the pricing. So if you guys want to make a big set champs, this is one. They're always willing to bring up the pricing. So make 80 players show up. This will be an octo case, I promise you. If not an octo case, at least 7 cases. But that's where I will be at. That's where I think the majority of us will be at. And then Sunday, what is Sunday?
There's not much. I from what we checked, there's.
Oh, I just told you, right? It was like tiny TCG or something like that.
Okay,
yeah,
tiny.
For us locally, there's not very many events. I think the next closest one is out in Cyprus, which is about an hour away. And you're driving into LA, so that's gonna be a bit of a rough drive on a Sunday.
Yeah. And then after that, the next big like set champs is like TDK, which is on the 2nd of August, and then we got CX, which is pretty cool. They're doing a first place Nintendo Switch 2. I'm actually pretty hyped for that because I haven't bought it just because I don't want to spend the money. So if I'm gonna get first in here, I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah, first place Switch 2. It's pretty awesome. I know all the Yu-Gi-Oh players with air fryers are jealous.
They're getting super excited right now.
And he still has a and playmat in addition to other part. Oh no, I think he's just talking about the regular playmat.
Whoa!
But other than that,
Dude,
West
look at
Coast,
that. Second place is Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar Stitch.
That's insane.
But other than that, I mean, tournaments coming up. We have the 5K that Rob is also not fully hosting, but it's like part of it. I forgot when that one is. It's like the second week or first week of rotation.
Is it a 5K or a 50K?
It's a 5K.
It's a 5K.
Okay. I was like,
I'm taking a gamble.
There it is.
Taking a gamble by strolling randomly through Facebook, but here we go. No, yeah, this one's
5K. What is it? August 30th. So it's literally like the weekend that the Fabled releases, basically.
Yeah, this one's gonna be huge, and this one I think they already said. I know they already had like close to 100 players, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna hit over 100. It might even hit close to 200.
Considering they might up it.
Yeah, and they might up everything. Who knows? It's gonna be literally like release weekend of the new set, new rotation, set 9 Fabled. This launches basically as soon as we get the cards that weekend. So it's gonna be interesting to see, right? It's gonna be like a race for certain cards, but we're hoping with maybe the news of the reprints, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is gonna be. I think this is like the event to go to here in SoCal for Fable 9, at least out the gate. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends from different groups are going to plan to be here. Anaheim Convention Center, right next to downtown Disney. It's like and outside of it just being a Lorcana event, this is also like an anime expo. It's a K-pop expo. It's there'll be a lot of things going on in this.
This is like a collectible expo, right?
It's a bunch of things. Yeah, I was looking at their website a few days ago. So it's made by Collectors Expo. That's like the main sponsor, or the main organizer. And Red Saber is co-sponsoring it, and but mainly handling like this Lorcana side of things. And yeah, this is definitely. I think we're all definitely going to this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to show up to it. If I don't have anything going on that weekend, I'm for sure going to it. But other than that, big events, guys. I don't know how many of us are going to PPG Denver, which is
September 12th.
Also in August, right?
No, it's on September.
Yep,
September 12th.
Okay, September
12th.
Yeah.
I was looking at the tickets today.
Yeah, so we're recording this on Tuesday. Well, it's already Wednesday, technically midnight. The DLC Milwaukee tickets go live today at 9 a.m. The 16th. If I want to go to both events, but if I don't get Milwaukee tickets, I'm for sure going to Denver. If I do get Milwaukee tickets, I might still do my best to go to Denver, but yeah. So those are two big events, right? Obviously the DLC in Milwaukee and in October, and then the PPG in Denver, and then obviously we got CCS, but that I don't know if I'm gonna travel to the East Coast for CCS or SSG. And then in November, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but SCG. What's the abbreviation for that? Come on, guys, help me out here.
Star City Games.
Star City Games
SCG.
is gonna have. They're gonna have a con or whatever, multiple card games, Lorcana included, in November. So we will have that in Vegas as well coming up. So some things to be excited about a little bit on the West Coast. And last time we were in Arizona, they said they were planning to do a 5K or a 10K. Hopefully they come through with that, and we'll have that coming up too. But there's not any official word on it. So like I said, hopefully they come through and they actually do something like that. That'd be cool. But yeah, I think that's all we got. Anything you guys want to add?
No, look forward. If you guys are listening and you guys are local, look forward to seeing you guys at the set champs that we're going to be at. It's always fun connecting with the local community, and I always love having a conversation with you guys, especially the people we don't get to see very often outside of locals. So yeah, if you guys do see us, come say hi and say what's up.
Yeah, and just kind of riff off of that, if you're still listening to this, definitely please, take opportunity to comment. Definitely are interested to get some feedback, good, bad, or just whatever you're interested in. Let us know. If you have any questions about the game, about the meta, anything, just
Anything you guys want us to talk about, break down, depending on whoever's here. We'll kind of steal the idea from Podcana. Like if we'll have a listener spilding section that we'll call our own thing. But if you guys want like certain topics we want to talk about, we'll definitely spend like at least, let's say 10, 20, 30 minutes of the podcast talking about any comments you guys have. But yeah, if you guys want to do that, we're totally down to take your guys' suggestions or ideas or questions even, right? Like you guys want to ask Eddie why he plays 10 different decks the night before testing or testing for a big event, then that's the place to ask and he'll tell you why.
I tell everybody else that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we could mess around with the idea of opening a community Discord for those kind of questions and stuff, and kind of building a community. I think that would be a good idea as well if you guys are interested in that. So let us know.
100%. But that's all we got, right? You guys don't got anything else?
No, just good luck at set champs. Get those Jafar promos. Get the Jafar mat. Let us know. Post your lists in our comments too. We definitely want to check those lists out.
Oh, I got a promo already, but I don't want to get it too late to pull it out to show it. But yeah, that's all we got, guys.
That was your chance to flash the golden Mickey right there.
Oh, I don't even have it on me, bro. That thing's lost, bro. I don't even know. I haven't seen that since I won it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like hashtag sponsored.
He's like
hashtag sponsored.
It's in my kids' room.
Oh, there you go.
It's under their bed. I don't know. I let them play with it at night. No.
That's awesome, dude. I'm jealous.
But anyways, yeah, guys, like Eddie and Ethan said, good luck at set champs. Hopefully we see you guys around. We will be at Top Choice this Saturday. That's all we got. We appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you guys listening, tuning in, and hopefully you guys stuck around until the end. But yeah, keep on cooking, keep on questing.
Peace out.
Peace.